didn't see you there.
Hi, you're going to give us a tour of your bookshelves, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So where are your bookshelves from?
My bookshelves are from IKEA. They are the Billy bookshelves. And I have some of the like longer ones and some of the skinnier ones. And basically I've just stuck them all together and my stepdad helped drill it into the wall. So I love that.
So how do you organize them?
So I like to organize my books based mainly on aesthetics. So, you know, I'm really into like height, books that have the same height. So obviously like here, these books all have the same height. And obviously these are all like white. So it kind of just depends on my vibe. Like some shelves definitely have a very structured vibe, as you can see. And then some shelves have a little bit of a silly goofy vibe. And then we have some like horror gothic vibes. And then we have some mismatch vibes. So I'll obviously go through all the shelves, but yeah. Basically it's just like my instincts. And I'm just like, you know what? These books all go together. Whether that's the same height, same color scheme, yeah.
So where did you get your fairy lights from?
My fairy lights from eBay. They're like 100 meters and I basically just like strung them all around the shelves. And I use these little, if you zoom in here, I use these little clear hooks to secure them.
Who's that?
Oh, this is Rufus.
Oh my god, the clip.
What the heck? Click. This is Rufus. He's my little, well actually, big bear. And he always hangs out next to my bookshelves. And actually, he's a nice little reading chair because you can read while you lean on him. So honestly, like, that's the vibe. Anyway, so I'm sure you want to see the bookshelves now. So let's go through them. Actually, before I get into that, I also have some prints on the top. So we have like It's Okay to Not Be Okay, K-drama, this stunning book print from Redbubble, Hal, obviously stunning, this stunning sign that Caitlin made for me when I came to New Zealand and she welcomed me with that. And yeah, so we've got some stunning prints and then we have Timothy. This is my boyfriend who, RIP, he just sits there. And then obviously have some plants on the shelf. Look how much this one is thriving, honestly. That is stunning. And then we have this stunning plant that's also thriving. And then we have some fake plants here. And I got that from like, you know, the $2 store or something. Anyway, so let's go through all the bookshelves. So this first shelf is mainly fantasy. So, you know, we've got like Children of Blood and Bone, which is a classic on my channel. And I obviously love this book. Why are you laughing, Penny?
No.
We've got one of the best books ever written, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Honestly, everyone needs to read this book. It's literally stunning. Yeah, so obviously this shelf is mainly organised by colour. So we've got black to some green to some red to some white. And that's just a random silly goofy placement because I didn't know where to really put this. But this is like probably the biggest book on my bookshelf. Literally huge. The Priory of the Orange Tree. But I love this book. This is a stunning female written fantasy. And then we've got Yasmin, the Bratz doll, which I have many Bratz dolls on my shelf because I love them. So she just likes to hang out there. Okay, then we have this shelf, which is the Strange the Dreamer shelf. So obviously, well maybe not obviously, but if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that this is one of my favorite books. Because of that, I have quite a collection. So I have like the US editions, which actually are my favorite. So I don't know why I felt the need to own those, but anyway, we have the stunning UK hardcovers, which are actually out of print now, which is really sad because like, look how beautiful. Yeah, and then obviously Music of Nightmares, which is the second book in the duology. And then I have 2 editions of Stranger Dreamer that aren't English, so I believe, jokes, this is English. This is just paperback. This is a stunning paperback that my subscriber gave to me, and I love it. And then I believe this is the Polish edition, and I got this because it just had a really stunning cover to add to my collection. And then I have this stunning candle which says Citadel Gardens.
Whoa!
Yeah, it is that same. Obviously this is a Stranger Dreamer reference. Then we move on to this shelf, which is definitely one of my favorites because I just love the way it looks. And basically the theme for this shelf is like books that are stunning naked. So basically these are books that have like really stunning designs under the dust jacket. So I've taken the dust jackets off and I've stored them like in my cupboard because like how stunning is it spoiling? So, you know, we have Circe by Madeline Miller, like that's a joke, like sorry. It needs to be on display. We've got the stunning collector's editions of Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, and then these are some more stunning naked books. And then we have this stunning book. This is Classic Works from Women Writers, and this is one of the Canterbury Classics editions. Like, of course this needs to be on display. So this shelf is my white shelf, and obviously it's organised by height. And this mainly has contemporaries, but it also has like the Raven Cycle series. You know, obviously we've got the iconic For the Boys I Love Before series, which actually, P.S. I Still Love You has water damage because of the interviewer holding the camera. So I love that. And then I have the Hate You Give on display because honestly, such an iconic book. Now moving on to this shelf. This is my sorry, Rufus, not this. So this shelf is my classic shelf, well, one of them, and this has like a lot of mainly children's classics, and I have a lot of stunning editions. Like I love the shelf a lot. Like every time I look at it, it just makes me happy because obviously stunning editions, stunning colours, yeah. So we have some really beautiful editions of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which is one of my favourite stories. So, you know, this is the Barnes & Noble edition, I believe, or one of them. Stunning blue, although this is probably my favourite, like, wow. And then I love these. These are the Mina Lima classics. So they have like interactive elements with like pop-outs and stunning illustrations. Like, how cool is that? Oh, I recently got this copy of The Little Prince, which is one of my favourite stories. So really recommend reading this if you haven't. And on the back, how stunning is that quote? The most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or touched, they are felt with the heart. And then this bottom shelf is one of my Shadowhunters shelves. So we have the Mortal Instruments series, the Red Scrolls of Magic, Bane Chronicles, the Dark Artificers, and I actually reversed the dust jacket for Queen of Air and Darkness because it has this stunning design on the outside, so that's why that looks like that. And then I also have this beautiful copy of the Shadowhunters Codex. So this is my first manga shelf. So we have Orange by Ichigo Takano, which is one of my favorite manga series ever. Penny, you should read this.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Oh my god, you actually should. Like, it's stunning.
Is that a series?
Yeah, so basically it's just these two. This is the complete collection 1 and 2, so this is the whole series. There's also an anime. The anime is stunning, and basically it's about like this friend group. It has a bit of a romance, it has like some sci-fi elements, and it really discusses mental illness, and it is just stunning. Then this shelf is to display this stunning copy of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Like I said, this is one of my favourite stories, and this is my favourite edition that I own because it has like really gorgeous gothic illustrations. So for example, look at that, just beautiful. And then I have this book stand, and I have a few of these on my shelf, and this is just from Amazon. If you type in like book stand, it should come up, but that is what I use to display it. Actually, I'll have the book stands linked below. And then I have this cute little Q-Posket figure of Alice. In this little thing I have some of my bookmarks, and mainly this has like the metal bookmarks that I have and some of my horror bookmarks. Okay, so this shelf is one of my thriller/horror shelves. It has this copy of Frankenstein, which is stunning. Like, how cool is that? Like, vintage vibe. And then I have Night Film. I haven't read that. Actually, I haven't. Ew! I've only read one of these, so that's a bit disgusting. I need to get to that because I really want to read all these. I have read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is really fun. Penny, you should read this as well because this is actually really similar to Pretty Little Lies vibes.
Really?
Yeah. Then we have my collection of Full Metal Alchemist. I don't have all the volumes yet, but these are the Full Metal editions, so they are hardcover, and like, look at that foiling, like, yeah. Have you watched the anime?
No.
Sorry, if I haven't said, Penny is behind the camera. And she's been getting into anime and manga and stuff, so honestly, Penny, yeah, you need to watch the anime, you need to read this, like, it's literally the best ever. It's basically about these two brothers, and they lose their mother, so they use, like, forbidden alchemy to try to bring their mother back, and they get punished for that, and then they have to, like, get their bodies back, and it's just this, it's so good. And then I have Ed and Al, who are the brothers in the series. He lost his body, so he's just a little metal suit at the moment.
That's him?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's one of the brothers. Then we have this shelf, which is another classic shelf, and this is all of my Penguins Classics Deluxe editions, and I love these so much. Look how stunning the design is. This is Jane Eyre, obviously. Haven't read it, but I definitely want to. And it also has deckled edges, and oh, it's just something. So I have that on display. Look how cool this edition of Dracula is. Not let's go there for now. And then this shelf is just some random paperbacks, so mainly contemporaries, and then I have these two books which are part of the same fantasy romance series, which I haven't read yet, but I definitely want to because I've heard good things. Okay, so this is another one of my fantasy shelves, and I also have this art board print from Redbubble which says heavy books for a heavy heart. But yeah, so lots of fantasy. Still haven't read The Name of the Wind yet, even though I own this really pretty deluxe illustrated edition. Yeah, it's a joke honestly, because I've been meaning to read this for years, but it's very dense and it scares me. But I want to read it one day. Oh, of course, I read The Night Circus recently, and it's now one of my favourites. So I have to talk about this because it is just the most magical story, like, yeah. Oh, and then there's this cute little Wrath character stand that I got from Fairy Loot, and Wrath is from Kingdoms of the Wicked. Okay, so this shelf is definitely another one of my favorites. It's like my gothic shelf. So we have this collection of books. So it's like Chilling Ghost short stories, science fiction short stories, and they're just so cool, like, yeah. And then we have this copy of Dracula on display because it's beautiful. We have Sally. This was from Entertainment Earth, and obviously love her, so she has to be on display there. I have one of the Fairy Loot hidden book things. I don't actually know what's in there. Probably secrets, but anyway. And then we have a little skull, some vampire blood so I can keep hydrated. And yeah, so then we have this shelf, which is my, I guess, another fantasy shelf. And we have this Coraline doll replica in the front. And a lot of people ask me where I got this, and I got this from Entertainment Earth, so stunning, love her. Obviously these are black books, and like I said, mainly fantasy. We have Wicked Fox on display because that's one of my favourite books ever, and also like the cover, like stunning urban fantasy set in Seoul. Yeah, you should read it.
You have 2?
I know, I have 2 because I pre-ordered it and then it came in a Fairy Loot, so the Fairy Loot edition has pink edges. Okay, so this is my Holly Black shelf. Obviously Holly Black has written quite a few books, and I have mainly the Cruel Prince series, so I have like lots of different editions because I love the series and I just ended up collecting so many editions for some reason. So for example, like these are Fairy Loot editions that I got sent. They're really, really cool. If anyone remembers this whole fiasco, if you know, you know. And then I have the Modern Fairy Tales on display, which is a bind-up of her first fairy series. I can't remember what it's called. The Modern Fairy Tales trilogy. Yeah, obviously, because it says right there, but anyway. I haven't read that yet, but I want to because I love, like, fae stories. And then we have Jade in the background. This is one of my Bratz dolls. Jade is my favourite if you didn't know. And then I have this shelf, which is my second and final Shadowhunter shelf. So we have the Infernal Devices. Oh, we have this Mortal Cup, which came in the Chain of Gold box from Fairy Loot. We have obviously Chain of Gold, Chain of Iron, and these stunning Fairy Loot editions of Chain of Gold and Chain of Iron, which are my favorites. Like, look at that foiling, it's just, yeah. Oh, and then these are the Waterstones editions of the Dark Artificers, so it has like the runes and it's just so beautiful. And then this shelf is a little random. It basically just has like random fantasy books. This is one of the first books I read actually, Anna Dressed in Blood. Penny's also read this.
Oh.
That was a fun time. Oh, of course, Daisy Jones and the Six. I have read this book 4 times. I literally love it. The audiobook is where it's at, if you're gonna read this, like, yeah. Okay, so here I have my poetry collection. I do like poetry every now and then. I'm not like a huge poetry person, but I definitely appreciate it every now and then, like I said. So I have my little small collection here. Milk and Honey, that's a classic. And I put Yoke here because these are like black and yellow, and obviously this is a black and yellow cover, so I just thought, you know what, might as well just put it here. And if you didn't know, Yoke is one of my favorites, so. And then we have my Junji Ito shelf, and this isn't all of the books that I own by him. 1, because I have people borrowing some copies, and 2, I have a few other Junji Ito books down there. But yeah, if you didn't know, I love Junji Ito. He writes horror manga and he's just a genius. He's everything. And I love him. So obviously I have a lot of his books. My favorite is Tommy. And I also just love these editions, like how stunning is that? And then I just have this little skull planter thing. And then this is actually the little pieces of paper that Jamie wrote on for our game that we played, the 5-second book summary challenge. So that's really cute, and I have to keep it there for memories. So then we have my Tokyo Ghoul shelf. I've read the entire series. I absolutely love Tokyo Ghouls, so yeah, here they all are, looking stunning. And then we have another Yasmin Bratz doll here just hanging out. So this is another horror manga shelf. This is kind of out of place. This is a replica. Actually, it actually does work. This is a little cassette tape from Over the Garden Wall. So if you watch that show, you know. So we have that, and then we have some other horror manga, and like I said, there's another Junji Ito. Honestly, I don't know why that's there. I should probably move that back up there, but we'll do that later. I definitely recommend Ibitsu. This is a really fun horror manga. It also has stunning illustrations. You should read it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, this is so exciting that you're getting into manga and stuff, because like you just have so much to look forward to.
I know, right? Like right when I'm finishing helping with this, I'm gonna start.
Oh, stunning! And then I have a cute little Sally sitting with her cat. And then I actually bought this recently. This is The Drifting Classroom Volume 1. I haven't read it yet, but this is another horror manga that I'm excited to get to because this is quite like an iconic horror manga. Then here we have my It's Okay to Not Be a K shelf. This is a stunning K-drama, one of my favorite shows of all time. And I bought some of the books that are in the show as well as the screenplay. So these 2 books are the script of all the episodes. These are my 2 stunning babies. And this came in the OST because I bought the OST and it came with like that and some posters and stuff. And then here is my Death Note shelf. So we have all the volumes of the black editions. So the black editions have 2 volumes in them each. So there are 12 volumes altogether. But yeah, stunning series. Absolutely love Death Note. Okay, so this is my BTS shelf. Obviously not books, but they need to have their moment. So these are all my BTS albums looking stunning. Here's my light stick. Hopefully I can use it in concert one day.
Whoa, that's cool.
No, I know, because you know what they do. Like, you have an app and everything, and like basically when you go to the concert, they control everyone's light stick, so like you can create the waves of like with the lights and stuff. And it's like, oh, just exactly.
Whoa.
So now we have this shelf, which is my V-Shop shelf, and I really love the shelf because all her books are like black, white, and red, so it's just really satisfying to look at because obviously it's like a good color scheme. Also, I just love these colors. Like, I love black, white, and red. Like, yeah. I also have my stunning crown here. I just feel like that really fit the vibe of this shelf. I have this pack of playing cards, which is Dark Shade of Magic themed. I have some stunning prints, which are to do with the Dark Shade of Magic as well. This is an artboard print that says "Sing You a Song and Steal Your Soul," which is a quote from the Monsters of Verity duology, aka The Savage Song and Our Dark Duet, which I love. Oh. Look how stunning these books are. This is a set of the Dark Shade of Magic series, and it's from Juniper Books. And basically Juniper Books sell like custom dust jackets, and they made it so that the spines line up to say Shades of Magic. Like, stunning. And there's like the illustration of the 4 Londons, so love it. This is another like black fantasy shelf. But this isn't fantasy, this is actually contemporary and it's one of my favourites. Please read it because not enough people have read this book and it's literally stunning. It made me cry, like it's everything. Starfish by Kemi Dawn Bowman. Then we have another stunning Jade doll. Absolutely love her outfit here. I have Forest of Souls facing outwards because it has a stunning cover. We love to see Asian girls on covers. And I haven't read it yet, but I really am looking forward to it because I think it's going to be really good. Okay, so this shelf has mainly paperbacks. And this is mainly, or if not all, horror/thriller books. So for example, we have Bunny by Mona Awad, which is one of my favourite books. I'm actually buddy reading this with one of my Patreon next month for October, which is the perfect time to read this book, and it's just so much fun. I really want to read this soon. This is a horror light novel, and it is another by Yukito Ayasuchi, and I have heard so many good things about this, and apparently there's an anime that's really stunning as well, so need to get to this soon. Oh! A Diary of Blood, please. Like, one of my favourite books ever. This is just the most stunning book about vampires, but also about abusive relationships. It has stunning characters, it has beautiful writing, like, yeah. And then we have a cute little Coraline hanging out there. And then this shelf is another shelf of paperbacks, so we have blacks to blues to greens to reds, obviously, and we have my Vampire Diaries books, which I still need to film the video of me reading the second book in the series because I still get comments about that, and I do plan to, hopefully soon. But yeah, I read the first book for a video and it was very interesting, but I love the show. This copy means a lot to me because this is an absolutely remarkable thing by Hank Green. I feel like I said his name weird. Hank Green. I love this book, and this copy is personalised to me. So it says, "Chloe, thank you for your work creating and supporting readers so needed and important." Like, how stunning is that? Oh, and this is another super special book because this is The Book Thief, one of my absolute favourites, and this is personalised to me, and it says, "Dear Chloe, thank Kaz for this, Marcus Zuzak." So basically Kaz met Marcus Zuzak and I couldn't go because I was feeling sick that day, so she got this copy for me and got it signed for me. Like, just stunning. Okay, so this shelf has my A Court of Thorns and Roses series, as well as A Court of Silver Flames, which is technically like the 4th book in the series. It's kind of complicated, but this is absolutely one of my favourite books ever. Like, it is just the best fantasy romance ever written. So of course this needs to be on display, and actually this cover is not the original cover. The original cover looks like this, which, no offense, it's not that pretty in my opinion. So basically this seller on Etsy was selling these custom dust jackets, and they made it so that it matches the vibe of the first 3 books in the series, which I really love, so I needed to get this. I'll try to leave it linked below if they're still selling it. Yeah, I get a lot of questions about this because it's such a stunning cover. It makes me happy every time I look at it. Then we have this manga shelf, and this is like my fun cutesy manga collection. So we have Waiting for Spring, which is a really fun like contemporary romance series about this shy girl. She likes this guy who plays basketball, and then this other guy from her past comes, and it's just really fun. And then we have Horimiya, which actually turned into an anime, so definitely need to watch that because that's a fun time. And then we have Aang and Momo and Appa. And then here we have my white books. Obviously not all of them, but I just thought this would be a nice, fun little white book shelf. So we have mainly paperbacks. Obviously everyone needs to read this. Why I'm no longer talking to white people about race. Very, very informative, and yep, definitely recommend that to everyone. Obviously this is a classic, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, one of my favorites. And then we have Katara and Zuko. And then we have my pink bookshelf. I love the colour pink, so I thought it'd be stunning if I just put like all the pink books together. So I have The Black Flamingo, which is one of the best books ever. It's actually written in verse and it's just so beautiful and has stunning illustrations throughout as well. I read Final Girls recently, which is a really, really good thriller, so love that. I have this really random book. This is a Korean book and it has this really cute illustration of these two like vampires. It's actually the second book in a series and I can't even read Korean yet. Well, I can, but I can't understand it yet. But I'm working on it, and basically I bought this when I was in Korea because I just really loved the vibe of it and I just wanted it for my collection. So, you know, if I do read it, hopefully I'll understand what's going on because it's the second book in a series. And then I also have Stunning Chloe on my pink shelf as well. And then I have my Death Note, so obviously watch out. And then we have Pennywise. This is a fun little mug and I thought he could chill out there to scare people off. Then we have my graphic novels shelf. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So we have the Heartstopper series, which Penny, you should definitely read this because it's absolutely stunning and it's the cutest story of all time. It's basically about these two boys who fall in love and they're in high school, and yeah, it's just stunning.
Cute.
Then we have Iroh and Top, and we have some more graphic novels obviously. This is my favourite graphic novel of all time actually. This is Fangs by Sarah Anderson and it's about a werewolf and a vampire who fall in love, and it's so cute, so funny, like I love it. This is one of the books that Jamie bought me when I was in New Zealand, and she wrote... How cute is that?
Aww.
I know. And I read this and I really loved it, so this is definitely one of my most prized possessions.
That's so cute.
Okay, so this is my romance shelf. So obviously I've been getting more into romance books this year, so I had to start a shelf for my romance collection. So these are my romance books. Obviously I need to point out Normal People because you all know this is one of my favourites. We have Punk 57, another one of my absolute favourites. And because I do my monthly romance readathons with Jamie, Kevin and Caitlin, I thought I would put us all here because if you didn't know, we call each other like the Powerpuff Girls, and Kevin...
I didn't know that.
And Kevin is the fun little Chime Mojo Jojo. Not actually Chime, but he's Mojo Jojo.
That's
so
awesome.
That's why we're all hanging out here with the romance books. And that's why I also have the Powerpuff Girls tin here. I got this tin off eBay. It's obviously secondhand, but how cute is that? It says Powerpuff Girls.
Why is it obvious it's secondhand?
Oh, because it's like retro vibes. Okay, so now I have my like one rainbow shelf. I definitely would not like to have like a full shelf that is rainbow themed because, well, that's just not my vibe. But I did want to have my fun little moment. So this has mainly contemporaries and obviously it's organised in a rainbow theme. And then we have Sasha looking beautiful. Oh, of course, this beautiful copy of Kiki's Delivery Service that I got kind of recently. Need to read that soon. And then I have this cute little Squirtle Pokemon in a coffee cup. And my cousin Unji in Korea gave this to me.
Isn't that Kevin's favourite?
Yes, this is Kevin's favourite book ever, Simon vs. the Homo sapiens Agenda, and actually this is a really, really cool copy because Kevin drew Simon and it was the most hilarious drawing ever, and he literally shipped it to me because I laughed so much. And I stuck it in. So that's Kevin's stunning drawing of Simon. And then I stuck in this cute sticker of Simon and Blue. And then actually I got this signed by Becky Awatali when I met her in Sydney. Like, she came to Sydney once. And then I also got Kevin to sign it. Look at that.
Oh my god, classic.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my favourites. Also, of course, love the book. Oh, please, everyone should read this, The Astonishing Colour of After by Emily X.R. Penn. This is one of the most beautiful stories of all time. Like, it's about this girl who loses her mum to suicide and then she believes that her mother turned into a bird, so it is like magical realism, and it's basically just her like grieving her mother's death, finding who she truly is, connecting with her mother's side of the family, etc. Like, it's so good. So this shelf is another black fantasy shelf, and we have the stunning Girls of Storm and Shadow on display because just look at that cover, like exactly. These two stunning girls in love. We have this fun little letter opener that looks like a sword. I have that displayed here, obviously. We have the iconic Six of Crows in Cookie Kingdom. Love these ones. Then we have some of my ARCs. Actually, these two shelves are my ARCs shelf. So if you don't know, ARCs stand for Advanced Reader Copies. These books are books that I haven't read. So these are my unread ARCs, and then these are my read ARCs. Oh, jokes! This needs to be moved because I've already read this. So I can move that actually. And I've actually read this, so what am I thinking actually? We have another little grumpy Coraline moment. Yep, so these are my read ARCs. I have a lot of good memories of reading these books, especially Muse of Nightmares. Like, wow, I'm just so happy to have this beautiful, beautiful ARC. And this really reminds me of good times, because if you were there, you know, like how much I love this series. Well, I still obviously love it, so. And Chain of Gold, this ARC will forever mean everything to me. Like, when I got it, I was freaking out. I just couldn't believe I got it, and it was everything. Literally loved this book, and it's my favourite Cassandra Clare book. And this copy of Permanent Record also means a lot because I absolutely love this book. And I got it when I was in New York at BookCon. I got it signed by the author Mary H.K. Choi, and she's my favourite author, so yeah. And she says, "Chloe, you're enough." Like, yeah. Oh, and then Wicked Fox, another one of my favourites. I also met Kat Shaw in New York, and she signed it.
That's so cool.
And then at the end of this shelf I have my secret books that come in the Fairy boxes, and these have like all my bookmarks, so got lots of bookmarks in this one. And then I have my Fairy Loot character tarot cards in this one, so there are a lot. That's a lot. And then this one has more bookmarks. Okay, so this has more of my graphic novels and comics, and also some random like gold spine books, which I didn't really know where to put, so I just put them there. But yeah, we have the Saga series. This is a stunning adult sci-fi graphic novel series, and I absolutely love it. Oh, Penny, you need to read this, I just realised.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, all these, but also you need to read this. This is Over the Garden Wall Distillatoria.
Stunning.
And basically this is like different short stories from the series, and it feels exactly like the show does, so it's really stunning. Like,
Are they different stories? Oh,
Yeah,
that's so cool.
yeah, it's different stories, but you get to see more of the characters and everything, so
That's really
I'm
cool.
gonna leave this here because Penny will read that. There's also other Over the Garden Wall comics. No offense, the Over the Garden Wall comics aren't as good as the show. Like, they definitely feel different, and also they went for a different art style, so I don't know what that's about. But this one, Over the Garden Wall Distillatoria, absolutely same vibe as the show, so definitely recommend that one. Oh, Fence is also one of my favourite graphic novels. It is really fun. It's about this all-boys boarding school, and they are into fencing, and there's stunning romances, stunning characters, stunning friendships, yeah. And of course, The Tea Dragon Society is one of the best graphic novels ever. It is so cute. It's about these cute little tea dragons and these different people who take care of them. It's just the most like wholesome story ever. And then here I have some of my like picture books and, you know, random bigger books that I can't fit anywhere else. And then I have some of my chapter samplers that come in like subscription boxes, so yep. And then I have some comics that I got when I went to New York, I think.
Whoa.
How classic is that? I remember I read this in the bath, and then I dropped it in the bath, and I somehow salvaged it.
So cool though.
Yeah. Oh, sun drop. Oh, my grandma actually gave me that. Oh, and this is the Kiki's Delivery Service picture book, which is so cute. It's just like the picture book of the movie, and I love it. Okay, before I go on to this shelf, I have this little stool that usually hangs out here, and I have books on top that I have acquired recently, so I'm either gonna film a book haul or I need to put them on the shelf. Okay, so this top shelf has a lot of my journals from the previous years. So this is my 2020 life journal.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, so this is my... So if you don't know, I really love journaling, and I have a journaling channel, Journal with Chloe, if you want to see more of that. But yeah, this is my 2020 life journal, so I have that here, as well as my other, like, this is my 2019 life journal.
Maybe I should make one.
You should. This cute little spread of Scruffy.
Classic.
Oh, so I went to BookCon.
Wow, that's really cool.
This is one of my favourites, actually. This is it, chapter 2. Oh, there you are, Penny.
Classic.
This is when me and Penny went to the premiere. And then this shelf has some of the UK smaller hardcovers. To be honest, I'm not a fan of this size of hardcover, but you know, this is some of them. I actually bought this years ago, and I want to read it. If any of you have read this, please let me know if it's good. Yeah, I literally bought it like 5 years ago or something, but it's always intrigued me, so I need to get to that. Then I have this stunning copy of The Nightmare Before Christmas on display. This is just something. I love The Nightmare Before Christmas, so I had to get this. I just love that cover. And then I also have my Nightmare Before Christmas tarot card deck on display, as well as the Bow Ties and Books TBR cards. And then these shelves are like my childhood books, so you know, some random books from when I was younger. Good times, honestly. Look at this edition of Alice in Wonderland. And I like wrote all over it, like, what the hell is that? And then I have some Bratz diaries. This is actually Penny's diary, and this is my diary. Today I had a really fun day at school. Oh, and then behind that I have Baby Bratz Yasmin. And then these are some more childhood books. Oh, iconic, The Rainbow Fish, iconic story. And then here I have some of my book sleeves. So I mainly get these from Fairy Loot and other subscription boxes. Yeah.
What do they do?
Oh, it just keeps your book protected when you're traveling.
Oh, cool.
You just put it in the sleeve and put in your bag so it's protected. So yeah, those are my bookshelves. I hope you enjoyed this video. Did you have fun, Penny?
Yeah. It was so interesting.
And Penny is excited to read some of the books now.
Yeah.
If you have any other questions, leave them down below. If you're looking for more content from me, I have a Patreon where I upload extra content like extra reading vlogs. I do a monthly live show, we do a monthly buddy read, etc. That's always linked below, as well as my other socials, including my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/gamewithchloe, which is where I stream games and just chatting. So I hope you're having a good day or night, and I'll see you in my next video.